Hey, how's it going? It's Sunday afternoon or early evening, I guess. It's 6 p.m. Nice windy, hot wind blowing. It still feels pretty good. Any kind of wind helps cool things down a little bit. Not sure where I'm heading. Just wandering around on a Sunday. I'm sure I'll find some food. There's my building. Right at the base here is some serious Muay Thai training going on up there. I hear them yelling and screaming every time I walk by. That's a little out of my league. I did hit the gym today for about 40 minutes, so I guess that's better than nothing. One observation, I guess it's no big deal, is every single person backs into their parking spots. I'm not really sure what it's about, but 99.9% of people are gonna back into that spot. I guess it's actually safer, but you're not gonna see that in the United States. People, they just whip in and take their chances backing out. Here's the motorbike lot. This is at the Big C grocery store. More than half the people, I'd say, way more than half, will use a motorbike rather than a car around Bangkok. I got off the BTS in the Thang Lo area. This is the Embassy of the Philippines. And I might wander around the neighborhood. It's getting dark, but see what I can see. Looks like they got a swimming pool back there. Embassy of the Philippines. Off in the distance is the Rhythm building. I forget exactly which soy this is. Is it? Ooh, I don't want to guess. Well, I'm walking around making observations. I did just see one thing that annoyed me, and I just hate to see it, being a foreigner, a Farang. It was a Farang couple. I don't know. They were both blonde. They're walking down a really busy sidewalk over in the Nude area, holding hands like, hey, you know, it's not possible for us to walk down this sidewalk without taking up 6 or 7 feet of real estate. And here comes some kid. He must have been 12, 13, glued to his phone, playing a game or something, and that's very common over here. These kids just walk down the street staring at their phone. Yeah, it's a little bit rude, but I've had to sidestep out of I don't know how many dozens of kids' way. Well, these two, I guess, decided to teach him a lesson and refused to let go of each other's hands and just collided into the kid. Then they started chastising him on how rude he was for not looking where he was going, on and on and on. Well, I hope those folks are just visiting and they'll be gone soon, because you can't come from wherever they came from to Thailand, Bangkok, whatever, and just expect things to operate like they do in their home city. Yeah, there's some goofy things like that. People walking down the sidewalk just staring at a phone. It's gonna happen here. At least once or twice a day, you're gonna see somebody coming your way staring at their phone, and it's no big deal to just sidestep a foot out of the way. But I don't know, if those kinds of things are gonna bother you, well, then you better take a taxi everywhere in Bangkok and avoid walking down a sidewalk. Here's the beautiful Noble building on Soi 39 here on Sukhumvit. You can see a little Sunday 6:30 p.m. traffic. With a Thang Lo address and being 10 feet from the BTS stairs, that is going to come at an extra price. But you can look up the Noble. I guess it's a Noble Remix. Oh, I thought it said Remax. I was thinking of Remax Realty. Yeah, the sidewalks are nice and empty on this early Sunday evening, but not so much here in Thang Lo. But things get crazy down in, well, even in my area, in Nude. That's kind of a hub. But down in Asol, Phrom Phong, whatever, these streets will just have 1,000 people coming and going. And yeah, the kids looking at their phones, that's a little bit annoying. But the other thing you kind of have to get used to, and I had to check my patience, even myself, is, well, I want to get from here to there, 4 blocks away. It's 100 degrees. And man, Thai people will just, not all of them, but most of them will just walk at a snail's pace like, hey man, I'm in no hurry to get from here to there. And I'll see, again, mostly foreigners, just darting and dashing and almost knocking into people, like just so angry that, why are these people walking so slow? Get out of my way. And they'll walk into the street and then get mad when a motorbike's coming the wrong way. You just gotta go with the flow over here in Thailand. There's just so many good things about living here, that people walking down the sidewalk at a slow pace, that's really not a big deal. And if I really have to be somewhere, yeah, you can kind of politely make your way through traffic, but sometimes you can't. It's just solid people, and you're just stuck behind somebody walking like an 85-year-old man, and you just got to deal with it. Maybe another Bangkok pro tip on just getting used to the city. Whenever there's a huge sidewalk like this, walk to one side or the other. That guy walking straight up the middle of the sidewalk, well, he's in for a rude awakening, because I guarantee a motorbike at some point will not like the traffic going on over here and will just zoom down the middle of this sidewalk 30 miles an hour to get to the taxi stand at the end. So keep looking over your shoulder. There he goes up the sidewalk. Well, no, he's going up the sidewalk. But even here, you'll just be minding your own business, walking up the sidewalk, standing right here in the middle, and you'll get a little chin music, almost a, hey dummy, stop walking up the middle of my road, from a motorbike. Here at the Remix building right on Sukhumvit, they have a 7-Eleven built right into the building, open 24 hours, and here's where Grab's gonna drop your food off. So that's super, super convenient. Keep an eye on those 7-Elevens. Again, first world problems when you're out looking at buildings. If there's a 7-Eleven within a block of 2 out of your 3 choices, yeah, we'll go with one of those, because you don't know how many times you'll just want to run in there and grab a little shampoo or something you've ran out of without having to worry about getting to the grocery store, which might be 6 blocks away or further. Here's Soi 36, right at the base of the Tongla BTS. I'm not sure I've ever been up here. Every time I go by on the train, it just looks like a super busy kind of road. But it looks like if I go back 2 blocks, there's some different buildings back there. So I'll go take a peek. Well, to be honest, the street here is not much fun. There's very little, no sidewalk, and there's usually a car and a motorbike going where like that guy's walking. But it's only for this block. And then you come up, well, I guess it doesn't get much better. But we'll still take a look at the street. Here's the Tidmun's barbecue buffet, 276 spot. It's packed, even early here. It's not even 7 p.m. And I'm reminding myself we're on Soi 36. See, there's a prime example. That kid's not being rude. He's just staring at his phone. And had I been 2 more inches to the right, staring at my phone, we would have collided into each other. Again, not really that big a deal. And again, the sidewalk situation here is not that great. But that's not an automatic strike for me. Not walking a foot from traffic is ideal, but if something is cool back here, I'll deal with it. 333, I'm not sure what that is. It says genuine parts. I think it's a car repair. Yeah, this is kind of tight. I'm actually going to get on the other side so I can at least see the cars coming. Tia building. Smaller. What was that, 6-story? Kind of cool. Next to the Rhythm. And we're only 2 blocks from the Tongla stairs. Not sure what this on the right. It looks Looks like some kind of temple. Maybe just a small local thing tucked away. And there's a little side soy. Maybe I'll explore that in a minute. We'll go down another block or two. The Jungle Bar. I think this is a hotel. IROO. I'm not sure how you... Iron Hotel. And they're building something in this lot. Here's the Rhythm building. So this Rhythm, 2.5, 3 blocks off of Tong Lor, again with the Tong Lor address. That's gonna jack things up, but that would probably be the closest to the BTS semi-affordable building without getting 3 blocks back here. Some beauty shop. This is the Quad Sukhumvit. Looks like a smaller apartment building. Yeah, and as far as the kids on the phone or the busy sidewalks, that kind of thing, I'm not complaining at all about anything in Bangkok. I'm a visitor here, even though I choose to live here. So I need to adjust to the city. It's not the other way around. They don't need to jump out of my way because a kid wouldn't be looking at his phone walking down the street in San Diego like that. For one thing, they probably do. I'm never walking down a sidewalk in San Diego. I'm always in a car. But I'm a visitor here. So I'm also an ambassador, I guess, being a Farang or a foreigner. So doing stupid things like yelling at kids on the sidewalk, it just kind of makes us all look stupid. That's the way I look at it. Other people might say, no, that kid needs to be taught. Well, you're going to teach, you're going to be busy teaching a couple million Thai kids. The La Vie en Rose place. Looks like a beautiful building. I got 2 security guards, so. We're now about 4 blocks back. 3.5, 4 blocks from Sukhumvit. And there's all kinds of different side soys. This one goes up to soy 38, I believe, because I know the Ashton building is on, I know it's on 38. So I can clearly see 38 down there. That's nice. It's sometimes a hassle where you come up 36 and let's say you live 6 blocks, you know, tucked away on 36 and you need to go over to the Ashton. Well, oftentimes the only way to get there, you need to go all the way back to Sukhumvit, go up, and then go 6 blocks down to the Ashton. So whenever you can find, I'll call them side soys or these connecting streets, consider yourself lucky. It gives you everything that's on this street, and there hasn't been a whole bunch in the way of little small restaurants and all. I like 20, 30 places to pick from, but up on 38, you might have 10 more choices right on this block alone. And I think this is just another entrance into the... No, I don't know. I think we passed the Rhythm building, so we'll walk over there and see what this building is. Just got to watch the traffic. So here's 36, and it is the Rhythm building. They do have a tuk-tuk, even though it's a very easy walk down to the BTS. But hey, you know, if that thing's pulling away, yeah, jump on it and just get a quick ride down to the train. So the Rhythm just takes up the better part of that block and has entrances on all sides. We're going to go back up 36. So this is Sukhumvit Garden Village. I'm not exactly sure what it is. It looks kind of closed up back there. Maybe it's, I would have assumed it was an apartment building, but maybe it's a restaurant. No, it's got to be. It's just maybe tucked away. And next door is a popular name, the Oakwood. I know there's Oakwood long-term stay apartments all over the world. We had a lot of Oakwoods in California. This is the Oakwood Studios. Again, a very easy walk to the BTS. Less than 10 minutes if you're walking slow. A little bit more room on the road back here. It's really just that first block, and there's actually a way after I walked it, as I was walking up the road and traffic's just kind of, you know, It was kind of my fault, but again, nobody's gonna honk at you here. Right to the right, next to that building, what is the Remix building? You can actually walk on the side of the building. It's their garage entrance, but it looks like everybody was using that to avoid the traffic. Now here's the IDO Q, I guess, Sukhumvit 36. Looks like a beautiful building, 2 towers connecting. How are you? I think this is actually I don't know what it is. Up here it says My Choice. Is that a restaurant? Restaurant or some kind of fancy business office? But I'm not sure. Looks like they're moving things in. No, actually I don't see a sign on this business. And My Choice is this Thai restaurant since 1990 across the street from Sukhumvit Villa. Looks like a smaller apartment building. This little complex, Sukhumvit Villa. So I'm gonna go down at least 1 more block, maybe 2, and then I try to keep it close to the BTS. I mean, if you want to come over here and live 10 blocks from a BTS or MRT train station, I would not recommend it, and I think you'd probably regret it. So you better have a reason for living down there, like it's your new in-laws apartment they're renting for $100 a month. Otherwise, you're going to be miserable making that walk to the train every time you have to. Here's the Art Gallery 36. Looks closed up, so maybe they are, it's a new construction. So first impressions on 36. Again, anything in this area is nice. As far as safety and all, everything's really safe in Bangkok, but Tonglor, Ekamai, probably 2 of the more expensive addresses you can have. So there's no foolishness going on over here, and yeah, there's stupid things that happen everywhere, but for the most part, this is going to be a nice area. I think we're getting more into the Thai local area, probably for a couple of blocks. Here's a 7-Eleven. That's again, not to generalize, but that's kind of how these sois work. Fancy apartments and beautiful buildings within 4 or 5 blocks of the BTS. As you get 6 blocks, 7 blocks, 8 blocks back, now it's just these Thai 3-story, you know, apartments that might have a little cooking going on below, and the people live in the 2 shops above. Now there might be a big, huge 30-story condo tucked way back here, but that's more for Thai people that have a car and they're right near the highway. My 2 cents anyhow. That's certainly not a building 12 blocks from the train you'd want to walk to the train every day. This 7-Eleven area does have, I don't know, at least 10 food stands that I guess are more geared for the morning. Even like this knockout Thai fried chicken, that guy will be making chicken at 5 in the morning. There's no real like Thai breakfast, it's just food. If you want pad Thai or fried chicken or whatever, there are some kind of breakfast items, but it's not like the United States where it'd be ridiculous to eat fried chicken at 7 in the morning. Here, it's just, if you're hungry, here it is. I wish, it's 7:30 p.m. I wish all these stands were still open and kind of a till midnight kind of vibe. There's a couple of places open, but in busier areas, like even over there on Newt, all my 50 food stands, they'll be open till at least 9-10 p.m. 9. But if you get over into Asok, Prampong, Nana, those places just go 24/7. So if you're a night owl and you're not even going to head out till 5 p.m. every day and head home at 2 a.m. every day, just keep those kinds of things in mind. So that's about it. It's getting very super local down here, like this Thai recycling center and all. Smells like beer bottles. So I don't even see any, there's some 6-story buildings, but we're quite a ways from the train now, a good 6 blocks up 36. So if you're interested in 36, I'd probably stay down that way within 4 blocks of the train, 4 or 5 blocks. There's some good buildings to choose from. And again, unless you have a real reason to be way down here, there's not much need to be that far from a train. Even if you're the type of person that says, I'm never going to be on that train, I'm going to have a motorbike, or my girlfriend has a car or whatever. No, no, no. All my Thai friends that have cars, they're probably on that train still 75% of the time. You just don't want to sit in Bangkok traffic for an hour to go 2-3 miles at times. That's a bit of an exaggeration, but not really. Where I have friends, they just leave that car at home and take a motorbike to the train and another motorbike to their work 50, 60, 70% of the time, just to make their life easier. You know what, I will walk up here just because I saw some lights. I wanted to see what the businesses are. There's a Fresh Mart, which is kind of a little small grocery store. That's another thing with where you're deciding to live. 36, I don't think on 38, I'm not sure in the other direction, but there's no real close large supermarket. There's 7-Elevens. You can get a lot of things in 7-Eleven, most things at the same price as the grocery store, milk, eggs, bread. But it's nice to have that large grocery store and the chopped up fruit, all that kind of things. And over here is a laundromat and a Muay Thai place called Uppercut. Looks like all Thai people, but I'm sure everybody's welcome that wants to train and study. And here's the Ginero, ramen and Japanese food. Tonglor and Ekamai, more so on the other side of Tonglor. I think it's Soi 55 is kind of the main huge drag of Tonglor. That's all fancy, fancy Japanese and Korean restaurants. I think there's some 2 Michelin star restaurants, but a lot of the Sony executives, these kind of people that are on huge expense accounts living here in Bangkok, they love the Tonglor area, and they don't really care if the apartment's, you know, $2,500 a month. Again, that's not a lot of money. I think a basic 1-bedroom apartment is probably $2,000 in San Diego now, if not more. But $2,500 is a lot of money for Bangkok. I am down towards the end of Soi 36. It's not even a half a block away, and I came up this little side Soi. I didn't catch the name of it, if there was even a marker. But there are all kinds of smaller buildings tucked away back here. So you really need to just get boots on the ground in a neighborhood you're interested in. There's no way I could show everything. There's just hundreds to choose from. This is called the Room 36. And you never know. This might be a little bit older building, but that might equate to large size rooms for the same price. And again, this is 36, and I don't know how far you want to get up here. I'm going to walk it the whole way. Hopefully it'll pop out on, I don't know, Soi 34 or something, and maybe start another video from there. But if it goes for 2 more blocks and dead ends, yeah, this would be a thumbs down. There's no way you would want to walk 3 blocks just to get to 36 and then have to walk 6 blocks to the BTS. That's crazy talk. This right here, these electric scooters, man, they're quiet. So again, keep in mind what side of the road you're walking on. These guys are generally pretty good and not running into pedestrians, but that one right there just caught me off guard. It just snuck. The guy's going 25 miles an hour and I heard 0. I think this is electric here too. I mean, these things are just quiet. See this big beautiful building back here? I'm sure it's a nice building, but that thing has to be 10 blocks from the BTS. It's right near the highway over here, so I would guess most people that live in there have a car and jump on that highway and drive off to their government job or dental practice, whichever. Here's the Tiny Seeds International Preschool. I don't know anything about kids in school in Bangkok, but I know anything with international on it, probably even preschool, international high school or elementary school or whatever, that is not cheap. Not cheap at all to get your kid in a half English curriculum. Some are immersion in English, and others are like 50-50 from what I understand. Let's see what this building is at the end here. Okay, so we're coming up. Well, this still says Sukhumvit Soi 36. Looks like a beautiful building. Hi. It's the, what is it? The Belkin? Oh, the Bangkok Sukhumvit. Yeah, Bangkok Sukhumvit 36. And I'm now going to get myself lost just twisting around. I was hoping this would pop up and this would be Soi 34, but not so lucky. But that Bangkok Sukhumvit 36, it's just a perfect example of don't go to that building if you're on foot power, because you need to walk. Well, I don't know where this is going to go, but there's just no easy way to get down to Sukhumvit. And I hate preaching that over and over, but as beginner expats, yeah, it's all about Sukhumvit in the trains, and that'll just get you anywhere around Bangkok. I mean, at least for the first year. And then if you master things in that first year, yeah, live anywhere you want. You know, come rent this whole house tucked away back here and you have it all figured out. But just as a beginner, making your life easy, stick to that Sukhumvit, or at least one of the MRT lines. The Sukhumvit is kind of the kindergarten way of moving to Bangkok. As we all move over close to the Sukhumvit light green line. And yeah, there's people that have lived here even 2-3 years that says, no, that's terrible advice. It's cheaper on the other side of the Chao Phraya River in Thong Lor, and that's all true. But I have friends that live over in Thong Lor, way over on the other side of the Chao Phraya. 9 out of 10 times I'm meeting them in Phrom Phong somewhere to go have drinks or whatever, and they just say, yeah, there's just nothing going on over there. And again, I'm sure there are things going on, but even some of these guys that have lived over here, in this case, these guys have lived over here 20 and 23 years, and yeah, they like coming, hanging out over here with, I won't say the other expats, I have no idea where I'm going, but there's just more stuff going on back over here in the Sukhumvit area at 11, midnight, that kind of thing. Man, I hope this just doesn't dead end, but back here, and I got to walk 10, 12 blocks in the other direction, and I think I might have to. You know what? It doesn't look like I'm getting up to... I'm going to guess if I go 2 blocks that way, it's going to dead end. So I'm going to at least go this way where that large building is. That's Sukhumvit. So I'm going to at least head off in this direction, and I might give up at some point and jump on a motor taxi. Yeah, that looks like a dead end there. So I'm going to go here, and I'll bet you anything it's going to pop back out on 36. Yeah, this is going to go back to 36 in 2 blocks. Maybe I would I'd be better off shooting some of these in the day, but I'll tell you what, it was I think 102 today with, I'm not one of these guys, yeah, it's 102, but the humidity is whatever, 87, so it feels like 110. I'm not one of those guys, but hot is hot. I don't care what it was or what the humidity was. It's not really the time to be out walking around for 2-3 hours, and that's what I oftentimes do. I'll come out here and 2, 3, 4 hours is not unusual, and then maybe put together 3 videos. So we're back up to 26. Thanks for watching. If you're enjoying these looks around Bangkok, hey, please consider subscribing to my little channel, and a thumbs up if you appreciate one of the videos would really help me. Take it easy. Have a great evening.